Okay, so this video is going to be on solving exponentials by factoring. Okay, if we look at this problem, well, this looks very similar to things that we have done in the past. The only difference is this e to the x and this e to the x here, right? But it looks very similar to something like this. Okay, so we're actually going to treat this problem right here just like we would here. Okay, so for this problem, we would go ahead and factor. So that's what we're going to do here. Okay, so we start with a 2 here. So we start with 2 and a 1. Okay, underneath here, we want different combinations to get to 15. So we have 5 and 3, 3 and 5, 1 and 15, and 15 and 1. Okay, then I'm going to cross multiply to find my combination to add to a negative 11. Okay, so I have here 2 times 3 is 6, 5 times 1 is 5. Okay, 2 times 5 is 10, 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 15 is 30, 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 1 is 2, and then 15 here. Okay, now we want to find the combination that gets us to negative 11. Well, here I notice if I make both of these negative here, that gets me to a negative 11. So I have to make both of these negative here. There's my combination. Okay, now here's the only difference here. Well, here, this problem, we'd have 2 and 1, right? And then when we're all done, we would have an x here and an x here. So we would get 2x something and then an x something here. Okay, so the only difference is now instead of these x's here, well, what's different about this one? We have e to the x's here. So e to the x, e to the x. Remember, we write our answers vertically, like that. So now I have 2 e to the x minus 5, then e to the x, 1 e to the x minus 3. Okay, so I got that from here. I wrote my answers vertically. Boom, right there. This one right there. Okay, and then remember this is equal to 0. Okay. Now we can set both of these equal to 0 and then solve. So the first one here, we have 2 e to the x minus 5 is equal to 0. I want to solve for x, so I'm going to add 5, add 5. Now I have 2 e to the x is equal to 5. Okay, e to the x is still not by itself, so I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2. I got e to the x is equal to 5/2. Okay, now I'm going to solve for x. I'm going to use my log snail. So I'm going from a exponential to a log. I always start with my base right there. Do my log snail. Next thing that my snail touches is 5/2. So I plug it in there. Then this is equal to x. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this log base e as the natural log of 5/2 is equal to x. Okay, so there's one of my answers. Now the second one, we have e to the x minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, I want to get e to the x by itself, so I add 3, add 3. We have e to the x is equal to 3. Awesome. So now I can use my log snail just like the last one. Put my base down there, make my snail. We get 3 here is equal to x. Okay, I'm going to rewrite it as the natural log of 3 is equal to x. There we go. So those are my two answers. So it's very similar to something that we've already learned, but now we're just applying our logs and exponentials.